heart is how we manifest. It is how we bring all of the energy together as one. It is important that we have balance through all of the energy centers in our body to manifest, to bring forward in creation what we want. We often focus on one or two of these centers, but it is important to have balance in all, and we focus all energy through each center as we are supposed to. Creation is a pure form of expression, first brought through the heart. The flow, the energy that is through the heart, comes through us into a form of creation that is pure in essence. This energy flows through us to create love. Love is also flown through us through this heart space. We bring creation through the sacral, and then through the solar plexus, then through the throat chakra, by way of seeing through our intuition or third eye, then bringing energy down through the crown chakra, and then grounding it into earth. This energy flows through us, and all centers must be healthy to create pure manifestation of love onto the planet. All centers are equally as important for flow to come through the body in its most pure sense. This energy symbol, this energy flow is represented by the symbol that has been channeled by who we come through now. This symbol is represented in third dimensional form and is an aspect of this energy. This symbol is a new symbol on the planet, and it represents manifestation through the heart in its purest form. This new energy that is on the planet will be utilized to bring love, harmony, and acceptance onto the planet in its most purest essence, or is the first of many symbols to express this energy onto the planet. It is important to use this symbol in its most pure form and to honor it in its highest state. This energy can only be brought forward when the essence or the intention is of the most pure or innocent state and is not held down by any sort of shadow. The work must be done before this energy can be brought onto the planet. It is okay to trust now in the creation that you bring forward at all times. Uncertainty is no longer something that is helpful in this vibration, and we must now bring forward a more trusting expression. Time, or what that is called, is in this experience, this reality that you find yourselves in at this time, or this time in the linear sense, or the time that you are perceiving right now. Trust is absolutely absolute. Uncertainty is no longer serving us at this time. We must move forward in our honesty and our expression. Everything begins with the breath and the expression through the first expression. Breath is the first expression of light through the body. Everything must begin with breath. Always come back to the breath. As you open the breath, the energy of this heart energy, this energy that comes through the heart, the energy that is stemming from elsewhere or perceived elsewhere, it is of you, but it is also flowing through you, and it is coming through your heart space. It then must be brought through the sacral for creation, and then through the solar plexus, then throat, and then intuition, bringing in the energy from crown, and then grounding up through the earth, bringing earth energy forward. This is then all expressed through the heart and through the sacral for perfect creation. All things that happen are of perfect alignment for the experience of the planet. Do not fear what you are experiencing. It is all for perfect harmony. It is all for perfect growth and expansion on the planet. You must cleanse the energies from you before you can express in this pure essence. This essence is of you and it is through you, but it only can be expressed in its most powerful state when you have done the work. The work of releasing what no longer serves, the fear, and the things that have caused trauma to your body. The vessel that you hold, the vessel that your spirit is residing in, holds trauma, which encases your expression, which causes resistance to pure expression. As if there is a gray film surrounding your body, which does not let all the light out. As you clear this trauma, these things that hold you down, you can then express your light fully. You can only do this once you have done the work. It is important to understand that fear is an aspect of your experience, but that is not fear is a tool and that it can be used, but it is not to be feared. The feeling that comes up when you do the work is just your body protecting itself and telling you what does not feel good and what it wants to resist. This is just a defense mechanism and can be honored but then put aside. Honored and then held with love and lets it pass away. It is important that we now step into the space of clarity. All is perception. All is experience. Even the shift on the planet is an experience that we have chosen to have. Do not get caught up in the story, but rather express in honesty. Even the story of the awakening can cause you to then revert back into the ego. It is important that we not only play in the story, but also understand we are an observer. It is important to always bring in the light, and express all with love. Love is the, not highest, but it is the most light expression and vibration, and it is important. It is now time to express this vibration onto the planet. Love, or what the vibration that this word holds, is now the frequency that we must strive to live our expression through. Always come back to love. Always come back to breath. Always come back to light. All is light, and it is only the perception that there is darkness. As we step into light and love, the shadow ceases to be. As we raise into fifth density, it is important that we understand that shadow is there for experience, but not real. Always bring in back into heart space. Whatever does not feel good is a perception or is a experience that is telling you, is expressing, is showing, is sharing with you to shift, to realign with what you are meant to be doing. Meant, wrong word. What your expression is meant, not right word. Express through the conduit of your being in this reality. The purity comes back through the heart. Purity, not right word, but close. Pure essence, which is light and sound and frequency, not sound, but frequency, is what we are here to do on this planet. We express this message and are here to assist you in all that you are doing on the planet at this time. The planet is shifting into fifth, sixth, and seventh density, which will soon be expressed in a more physical, will be expressed in a more palpable experience. Things will not be able to be put aside, but rather will be experienced and taken seriously. We will no longer be able to, you will no longer be able to, consciousness on this planet will no longer be able to resist what is happening. Too many things will be synchronic and synchronistic and will no longer be able to be resisted or forgotten or denied. Always come back to the heart. The heart is where we are sitting, and this is where our truth sits. Our body is perfectly built for this experience and is also shifting for this experience so that this experience can be fully expressed onto the planet. Even if you do not see this in your fellow man, it is happening even on a cellular level. The light must come through at once. There is just a perceived sense that some beings are seeing it first. There is an aspect of consciousness that these beings are conscious of this experience, whereas others are unconscious of this experience, but this experience is happening on all levels. It is happening in all the beings, just some seem to remember it in a more forwardness in the consciousness. The consciousness is more forward in the mind. This does not make one being better than the other. It is just how it is opening up. As in, when a flower opens, the first petals must open first, or perceived to be open first, but the flower is opening all at once. However, you see the first petals on the outside opening first, and it is perceived that they are the first to open. However, the opening is happening on an entire cellular level in the flower. It is important that we nurture each petal as being divine. Each petal is in its right place and is opening and is experiencing opening at the right time. Perceived time, this is all time and space, but we experience it linearly. The outer petals, or the next petals in, may see the light first, does not mean the light is not all around the flower, and that photosynthesis has not touched all aspects of the flower. We are all opening, but the inner petals experience the light in a linear way last. It is not to say that these petals are less. In fact, they are as beautiful as the petals on the outside. But the petals on the outside must crack linearly first so that the light can be shone into the entire blossom. As the blossom opens, there is growing pains, but it is an expression of pure beauty. Beauty is art. Time is an experience. Art and beauty are. It is important that we honor this experience, but not get caught in the experience, but rather view and experience these things as playful. Through the heart, we must, as if children, come at life with play, with light and enthusiasm. This is but a game. This is but training. This is just an experience. All is as it should be. We, you, the expression of separateness, that is you who is listening to this message, be in the present moment, and it is about creating in the present moment, and yes, this helps with your experience in the future, but that is not now. It is playing out, but you are not experiencing it yet. It is important that you stay focused in this moment. Each moment is just as sacred in the journey. Oftentimes, humans focus on the destination and not the journey, whereas the journey is what is happening to you now. It often happens that when you do finally reach that destination, it just seems like another step in the journey. If you only are looking forward, you will not express fully now. Come back to the heart, come back to the breath. This will bring you back into the present moment. Each moment is necessary for the expansion of the planet. Bring love, express love. You are love. It is just a perception that you are something different. Different is an illusion of duality which will no longer serve in the soon time, in the moments, in the perceived future. You already feel this because it is already happening. It is time to trust the path. Uncertainty is no longer serving. The perceived fear is just that, perceived. The star systems that you see as far are coming closer. The distance between your experience and these star systems are no longer separate, but are coming to the planet. These messages are going to come soon and more frequent, and soon you will be experiencing these messages in a more physical manner. Not so much physical, but you will be open to these things, so they will feel more physical and close, but it is more your perception that is opening to these things. They have always been. Hold the frequency of love as much as possible, or perceived as much as possible. You are already love. The perception that you are not, it will no longer serve soon. Hold the light within your body, and this experience will happen quicker for you. It is time to focus, balance. Balance between your physical life and your spiritual. That is the word we will use, but not essence, light essence, life, the life, light essence, you, which is perceiving all and sees all things and sees human life as perhaps mundane, is an aspect of your experience. However, it is important to remember that you did decide to come here on this planet and that you do want to experience human life. Whether that is a changed human life that is neither here nor there, but rather important to remember that human life, or your human life, is still just as important as your quote-unquote spiritual life, spiritual essence. The duality is still in your reality, and it is important to remember that this is still your experience even as you shift. You will let go of the duality when it is necessary, when it is right to experience that duality shift into oneness. Allow for the process, even though time and space is not truth. It is important to remember that you have chosen the experience of linear time, and it is important to live that out. Come back to the heart, come back to love. We send love and harmony. We send love and hug, vibration, and we wrap you in love. We send love frequency to the planet. We hold love around you. It is important that you now begin to hold this frequency for yourself and others, perceived others, and hold this frequency around you. This means taking care of you and the ones around you, and to bring love into this space. You are not responsible for your other beings around you, but it is important to be responsible for the vibration you hold within those experiences. This message is shared by the, as you would call it, feline race people. We come from Lyra and Sirius and other star systems, and we are here to hold the space of love around the planet. We have seated here in many forms, whether it be physical felines or the human race. We are here, and guardian, not right word, but we are here to hold space for your awakening. As this awakening continues, you will experience more of our vibration on the planet. This being that we speak through is one of the conduits for this expression. She has been holding off, but now understands that it is time to start expressing these messages to the planet, and will do more in the future. The DNA she holds and the soul expression, the DNA she holds and the expression through her is of feline in nature, and she will soon be expressing these teachings onto the planet through channeling, but through messages, but also through physical acts. Stay tuned for more messages, and we send you love and blessings, and hold the light around you. Peace be unto the planet as you raise. Blessings, and the expression of the word namaste seems pertinent at this time. This message is shared and shall be for the people who are meant to hear it at this time. And as time moves or is experienced in a moving forward motion, forward experience, more beings will be ready to hear this message. Thank you for this exchange of energy. Blessings, namaste. We are complete.